So we are again in a new session, Eastern Wisdom for Awakening. Last time we did it, we understood the meditation practice that I designed for this group with an acronym of BREATHE. I believe as a seeker, if we are a seeker, then we do the repeat listening, we contemplate and reflect after listening. Contemplation and reflection means that you ask the questions to your mind. When we say the build your inner ground, you check whether how many times you have been into anxiety and duality and a conflict during the day, and why, and what you did. If that does not happen, just weekly listening and doing the practice is not going to change you completely. But yes, we are busy in the world outside. Why? To get more stress. The real fact is that we get more stress. We get more into it. No, I didn't find the time because I have to talk to my friend, gossip. And in that gossiping, we entered into inner conflict. I did not say. And life has been continuing like this for so many 50, 60 years. Now I cannot change myself. That idea does not work in the life of a seeker. Any person can change, any person can become a seeker. I remember there was a chemistry professor long back in 40s and 50s. He retired at the age of 65. And for 12 or 13 years, you did 65, 70, 13 years. He spent almost 6 to 8 hours daily understanding the text, doing the practice, and at the age of the 78, he became an international figure. Age is not a bar. So we did it. What we did, build our inner ground. Then we second point that we return our senses inward. I should be capable enough. It cannot happen in a day. So once you have heard it, you understand it, you did the practice, and then during the day, I have to apply. And then I experience the observer, the e-letter, activate the wisdom intellect. That is the cream of the contemplation and reflection. And then we tend the breath, we harmonize the mantra, the letter H. I believe you might be aware of it, and E, enter the non doing awareness. When you enter the non doing awareness, you have a deeper experience that you experience daily. And that experience brings the cognitive change. In modern psychology, we use the word cognition. Cognition means I understand that I am changing. I recognize that I am changing. I realize that this is not the time to react. If someone has reacted, someone entered into anxiety. So all the three parts is a cognitive change. What we do, let us do it weekly session. I'm already paying. So it will be done. No, it cannot be done. You will not change. So who cares for the change? Gossip is more important. That is the problem. Why the gossip is? Because the mind goes outward. The tendency of the mind to externalize has become our habit. And that habit is pulling me out of the journey of the self discovery, journey of the managing our anxiety, our reaction, our hatred and jealousy. So it continues. And then I start blaming the others. It creates a vicious circle. One master explains this vicious circle, uh, giving a metaphor of the crocodile. How this metaphor fits in. Pay attention. For example, you wake up in the morning. Yesterday, you had a reaction with your partner or any of your friend. So those thoughts repeats itself when you wake up in the morning. It takes a different twist. During the day, you have negative thoughts about that person, and the whole day the mind spins around. It happens to all of us. It happened to me also. So the whole day the mind is spinning around. So it creates millions of impressions because we did not apply these principles of Eastern wisdom. I did not become aware. No, I have to practice Mangalachara. I have to do the practice to get rid of this habit. I did not do it. So it is spinning around. Now come to the crocodile metaphor. So what Master says, Master explains first, crocodile catches the prey. After catching the prey, like the deer, antelope, when they come to the river to drink water, and they once the crocodile catches the prey, and then the crocodile spins around very fast until the antelope converts into small pieces of flesh, and then it swallows. Now compare with the default and reactive and deluded mind. You had you reacted to your friend a month ago, and today in the morning you remember one thought over second thought, third thought. It happens. You cannot ignore it. It happens. We remain upset throughout the day. What a beautiful metaphor this master uses to explain us that deluded mind. So, what is very important that every day in the morning, without do whatever happens, I have to practice. And if we don't practice, that crocodile takes shape on any single thought and a feeling. You already have experiences. I need not to say about it. So that is what I told. Let us see when you do the practice. For example, you have some other thought in the morning when you wake up, and just close your eyes. The moment you have this thought, close your eyes. Let us do the Mangalacharan and see how it works. I will combine the Mangalacharan with the breathe mindfulness practice. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed, and check the build your inner ground. How you build your inner ground? By place, position, and posture. So when we do the Mangalacharan practice, you start with it because other steps will work directly. So second is, return your senses, experience the observer, activate the wisdom, intellect. All the three combines with the Mangala Charan when we do the daily practice. Your eyes are closed, you already have a place, position, and posture, and you look inside your head or the heart and mentally say, Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. I'm just inspiring you when you are using any language that is foreign to you. It activates the new cells of the brain, and even at this age. And then we go to the meaning, may there be happiness for all. Again, you say, may there be happiness for all. May there be happiness for all. So, what exactly we are doing? We are, when we say, may there be happiness for all, we are, we stop bullying the universe. It is actually on your side. Universe contains people, things, objects, events, and incidents. You will, you if you practice regularly with commitment, you will see the result in a week or from the very day. Second line, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. You can also say in your mind, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. And then three times the meaning, may there be peace for all, may there be peace for you all, may there be peace for all. What exactly? And then you reflect on the meaning. May there be peace for all. I am telling my mind I live in a fundamentally friendly universe, not a cosmic complaint department. Incident even happened yesterday, day before yesterday, last month. Why you have to mind why you are bringing all those stuff again today? No need. Sarvesham, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. If you find your mind is irritated because of these words, don't use it. So use in English. May there be wholeness for all. We are not teaching, we are not learning any religion called dogma and belief. May there be wholeness for all. Again reflect on the meaning. I am telling my mind, oh mind, I am living fundamentally friendly universe. Don't bring these thoughts of the past, not a cosmic complaint department, is not the universe. The more your mind moves towards friendliness, it will endure, it will build resilience towards the past impressions to make your future better. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Fourth line. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness for all. May there be auspiciousness for all. May there be auspiciousness for all. Now you see that reflection part has to be done by the mind, and it can be done at any time during the day. So you will be able to recall this during the day when you are doing the practice regularly. If you are not doing the practice regularly, you had anxiety in the morning and reaction and you skip it. So even during the day, the mind will skip. It means I'm not changing. So again, the same reflection, you are telling your mind, that my life today will be full of auspiciousness, and I'm living fundamentally in a friendly universe, not a cosmic complaint box. Then what happens? When you perceive, may there be happiness, peace, wholeness, and auspiciousness in your life today in the morning, you start recognizing the gratitude. The gratitude fills in the details. You see the well being, you see the peace, you see the spaciousness. So it's an honest conversation with your mind. So you chant you recite the mantra mentally. You deliberately recognize the gratitude because it is fundamentally a friendly universe. You are upgrading your mind. Your mind you have been living with unwanted, unwelcome thoughts. Now is the time to upgrade. What is upgrade? Pay attention. Instead of why is everything against me? That is how mind thinks. Huh? When there is a delusion, it becomes what is this teaching me? Where is the hidden support there? You are making an inquiry through your mind. When I say, may there be happiness for all, what is this teaching me? This teaching me, mind, you unnecessarily create anxiety in the morning reaction and because of these past thoughts. Let me move, instead of moving into anxiety and reaction and duality, let me move into peace. Mangalacharan and the mantra is the first practice every time in the in Eastern wisdom. In Buddhism, we have Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. I take refuge in the Buddha. Buddha means awakened state of the mind. So that one meaning. And second local meaning is that the Buddha is a person, an enlightened person. But every time when we repeat it, reflect it, we lose the appearance of the Buddha, we enter into the higher consciousness of peace and uh, awakened one. That is the meaning. Then another deeper understanding that they say you have taken up a project or that project fails. The Mangalacharan says even this can be auspicious. I am thankful this exposed my attachment and showed me who truly supports me. Sometimes many project fails. Means you build your resilience and endurance in your life. That is going to help you. The gossip and other stuff is not. Your mind stops running. Nothing works script. Pay attention. Again, very important point. Our mind constantly complains that nothing works. I tried. I was very humble. I did everything to my honey, but he or she is not listening, or my friend, or society, or event, or incident. The mind is full of this negative connotation. What is that phrase? Nothing works. That is the script in the mind. We need to change this script. If you do not change the script and you are learning all the principles of Eastern wisdom, nothing, nothing will happen, my friend. So now, once you have done it in the morning, then is the right time to look at the breath. Again, we return to the breath. So you see, we return to the breath. So you return to the, after doing what we did? We did in the breathe step, we did. So this becomes a contemplative mindfulness practice. So we did the four steps of B, build our inner ground, return our senses involved. When you start reciting mentally, the mind goes inside. You experience the observer and you activate the wisdom intellect through your contemplation and reflection. So, four steps are already done. Then we go to the tending the breath. Tending the breath means breath awareness, 3 point awareness of the breath. Just if you are doing the practice regularly, your mind will recall the 3 points attention. What is the 3 points attention? You are watching and feeling the breath is moving in, breath is moving out. You see, now you see breath is moving in and out, and at the same time, you will find less distractions because of because of practice of the Mangala Charan, because of the practice of the mantra. That is, see, I always try to be logical. I don't know why I fail to convince you. So you see, first point of attention, now you are easily available to the breath that is going in and out. You feel the sensation. You feel the sensation of the breath instead of sensation of the foreign thoughts and feelings. They are coming, but your attention is on the sensation, and you do not change the breath. You do not change the breath means what? It demands full attention, means almost 100% awareness and attention. So when there is 100% awareness and attention, the mind starts learning, where it starts learning how to get away with the thoughts of anxiety and reaction. Again, I'm saying regular practice for a couple of weeks, and you are free to send your weekly report. How many times I was in anxiety, what I did I apply the wisdom, and did it work? Yes, it worked. No, it did not work. So if it did not work, ask yourself why did you apply them? So you repeat those steps and you will find it works. That is the T letter, tending the breath is the word in this practice. I'm just combining the Mangala Charan and the mindfulness practice that we did with an acronym of breathe. So again, just be aware. Build your inner ground is the B. R is return your senses inward. It means I'm looking outside. Instead, I start looking inside, starting with the skin, sensation, comfort, and steadiness. That was the original practice of breathe. But if we start and E is the experience, the observer, and A is the activate the wisdom intellect. So when you say, may there be happiness for all, you are watching, you are a watcher, you are an observer. And when you reflect on it, your mind starts turning inward and you start experiencing the observer. So, BREA, all the four steps are done. And then we tend the breath. We breathe awareness with the 3 points attention. You will find distractions are less. And even the beginning of a practice, if we had some form of anxiety, reaction, duality, and a conflict starts dissolving. You are still on the breath, you are watching the breath that is going in and out. You just, maybe mentally you say first point of attention, or you simply say one. One means first point of attention. Am I watching and feeling the track of the breath going in and out? Yes. Two. Do I feel the sensation? Two. Three. Do I did I change the rate and the rhythm of the breath? Either you change or it is changed by our past impressions of reaction and anxiety, duality, and a conflict. So you are consciously understanding, knowing, recognizing what causes this distraction of the mind. And cognition leads to the cognitive change. That is what in modern psychology is cognitive behavior therapy. You see how Eastern wisdom uses it? They have been using it for so many years. And now, with that, we add the fourth point in the next step. The H word, harmonize the mantra. Fourth point of awareness. What we do? You watch the track of the breath moving in and out. Moving in, you drop non-verbally. Om Shanti means I am the peace. I am the peace. Breath is going in non-verbally. You just drop it. Drop is a point. Drop of water, as if you see Om Shanti on the screen of the breath going in and out. I believe you understand what I'm saying. It's purely in a very silent way, as if everything is silent. The breath moves gently, Om Shanti. Breath moves out, Om Shanti. In Shanti, Om Shanti. So it helps the mind to go within, deeper within. So deep within, no, we find only we are there, not two. Not two means not anyone, except except you as pure awareness. Then what happens? There is no fear, no anxiety, no reaction. Mind is not in a reaction mode, only peace, calmness, relaxation. That is how it works. You are becoming almost a teacher to yourself. Don't start teaching others, but first teach yourself. Om Shanti. You're still driving. You don't forget the breath is going in. Non-verbally, you're dropping Om Shanti. You're not forgetting when the breath returns, Om Shanti. Sometimes we miss because of distraction, but we have done the Mangalacharan mantra with a contemplation and reflection, so the chances are very less. Well, if you find the chances are more, it is the lack of practice. Lack of practice means morning practice, listening and learning, contemplation and reflection, and applying that wisdom during the day. All includes into the practice. It is not that you have done the practice and after and now you return to the world with the same anxiety, reaction, duality, and a conflict. That is not the way of the Eastern wisdom. You have to continue. Mentally, you are aware, alert. Why? Because you want peace and happiness all the time. And now the last letter E. E means non doing awareness. Do nothing. So in that state, you do nothing. You are do nothing. You are simply aware. Aware of what? Aware of what is happening. So what is happening? You may feel cooling, calming sensation. The same mind says, I feel calm, I feel relaxed, I feel poised. It is the same mind. In the morning, the same mind says anxiety. You did the practice, and now the same mind says, I feel calm and relaxed. Mind is the same. Content is different. But if we don't do the practice regularly, it is not going to work. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We return in a proper way first. Move your mind on the right hand. Why I say? So that your mind is educated at every step. You educate the mind so that the mind does not become, you remember, crocodile. I already explained you. So gently your mind moves onto the right hand. You start feeling the sensation there. Move the mind on the left hand. You start feeling the sensation there. That is a testimony that your practice is successful. Why? Because where you are handling the mind is not handling you. In anxiety, the mind is handling you. In calmness, you are handling the mind. And then lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. How are you, Charlie? After a long time, we are face to face. Yes.
Welcome. Hello, everyone. Thank you for sending me the sessions. I was listening to them when I was traveling. I am good. I felt, what did I feel? I was aware of my body, but I felt sort of hovering above it. And then when we came back and said right hand, left hand, it felt like my hands were really big and then they got warm. It was very strange. Like I was aware of my body, but coming back into my body, it was almost like my hands got really big.
Yeah,
I've not
yeah.
experienced that before.
That is the state of the calmness and relaxation. In anxiety, we feel constricted. We are contracted too much. When there is an expansion, it happens in the mind first, and then it takes the experience to the body. It's a beautiful. You see, we were anxious, we were unconscious, we were habitual. We did the practice, we changed our experience. But if we are not regular, it doesn't work. But beautiful. How are you, Anne?
Yes, I feel quiet and peaceful. There was not anything that disturbed me.
Beautiful. So once that doesn't disturb me during the practice, now I experience the calmness and peace. And I take this peace and calmness ahead during the day. And I see what causes me the anxiety and duality. Let me apply the Eastern wisdom and change it. And if it does not, so it's always important. Anne has started doing, all has been doing it for so long. You summarize this session in your own words. So this is what I have to do. How this works. Then the mind is consciously active and it will work. How are you, Mead?
I feel very peaceful. I feel in a certain way I'm making some kind of friend with my mind.
Good.
Instead of trying to force it or run away from it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that made me feel better.
That is what I have been saying. It cannot come. I did it. I feel it. I left it. Why I left it? That crocodile mind returns again to the same world, with the same anxiety, with the same reaction to the people outside. So once I'm in peace, I have to apply that wisdom. Suppose after the meditation, a person comes with whom you had a fight. You are in calmness. You respond in calmness. That means you are applying the wisdom. It doesn't mean I've done the practice of peace. Don't disturb me. You have come to disturb me. Don't say that. It means my practice is gone. Practice has no effect. That is why we have to ask daily, did I practice every day in the morning? Yes or no? If no, why? You will find one or other excuses by the mind that is handling you. Mindfulness starts handling the mind. So very clear choice. Did you apply these principles during the day? Somebody said you something nasty and you withdraw yourself, you return inward your senses. BR, you return your senses inward. I will not respond to him just now. I will respond to him a week after. If this thought doesn't come to you, will definitely react. How many times do I had the anxiety or fear or reaction, confusion, how I reacted or responded. Did I respond? I'm a seeker of the Eastern wisdom. I reacted always, all the time, every day, few times. We are not changing. Did you succeed in managing your anxiety, fear, failure, and frustration? For that, we need first is the Mangalacharan morning practice, listening and learning. After that, it is contemplation and reflection. Then you apply the wisdom. You practice and experience. Then you daily analyze. It hardly takes 5 minutes in the evening to analyze how many times I was in anxiety. Why? I then rehearse how you are going to respond. You apply the wisdom, and that brings the change, which is known as a cognitive change in your mind. And the cognitive change is going to change your behavior and attitude. And once the behavior and attitude is changing, the life becomes totally different. It's a transformative. Mindfulness is basically a transformative experience. If transformation is not there, then nothing is there. Then we are not exactly doing the practice. We just do it. So coming back, we have bring in and now, Sophie reminded me. Sophie will say, why you are saying in my absence? I believe he will not say. But if you have practiced mindfulness daily with a contemplation and reflection, regularly for a week, even during the day, the fear is not there. So I don't know whether she remembered her mind, remembered, mind remembered that I will ask this weird guy, you talk about fear. But if you have not done the practice, then only you have an idea that let us talk about the fear. But if you are doing the practice regularly, fear is not there. But anyhow, we let us understand fear, first part of the understanding of the fear. I will continue for about couple of, even it is not required. I wanted to follow a sequence if you are doing it. But so now first thing to understand. If you are alone, means there is only one in the entire universe. Can you have a fear? I am scared of something, someone. So someone, something is second. I am the first. So if you don't have two or more than two, you don't have fear. Did you understand? When fear means fear, where there is a fear, there are only there or there is always two or more than two. You are scared, you have a fear from your partner, from your friend, from a stranger, from an animal. There are two. One is you, and second is the person who makes you scared. Did you understand that point? When fear means when you see the two, there's a beautiful way our masters explain it, such a beautiful way. And it aligns with the neuroscience too. I'm going to explain you. I compared with that neuroscience. That will be the first topic of the fear. When the fear sees double, now what is this double? Suppose, example, suppose Suppose only that I'm scared of you, right? I have a thought, I'm scared of you, I'm aware of it. And one is I am, second is I'm scared of you. There are two, then only there is a fear. I'm aware of both. Who is scared? I am. From whom? You. That thought is also present in me, and I am also with me. So I divide into two. I divide myself by the mind into two thoughts. Here I am, and I am scared of you. I am is present here. I am is also scared of you. But why I am scared of you? Because you become very big in my mind. I become very small in my mind. So that small is scared of the big one. Are you understanding? I don't know. You have to think of it. Instead of knowing ourselves, that I am aware of myself also and I am aware of the fear, that is the real I am. So there is no question of the fear. In Eastern wisdom, we say the fear indeed arises from a second entity that I create in myself. The snake is there. Snake does not say, are you scared of me? Or I create a thought. Does the snake says, now you have to be up, you have to be scared of me, I'm coming to you. Or you have a thought. You have a thought. So in snake, the thought of fear of the snake becomes very big, and you become very small in terms of the thought, then you are scared of the thought. Perhaps 2 years ago, I discussed about this fear also, but in a different way. Yes, how can I reject order of you guys? So I'm talking on the fear. Neuroscience, now come to the neuroscience. Neuroscience describes the same fear in a different language is different. They say amygdala. There is an amygdala in the brain, and related circuits rapidly flag something out there, amygdala, as dangerous and trigger survival responses in the body, racing heart, tight breath, hypervigilant attention. It is the brain's way of saying there is me and there is a possible attacker, so I'm scared. That is the simple neuro. But when you study the neuroscience, you don't understand. From the Eastern wisdom, I said you divide yourself into two. One is you, I am, that is very small in front of something else in the form of a thought in you. That is also in you. So you divide yourself into two. The fearful thought becomes very big, other thought is very small. Then you say, I'm scared, I have a fear. Same thing, the neuroscience. Neuroscience uses amygdala and related circuits. Then you say, yes, science is very good. It explains, but you don't understand it. Amygdala related circuits rapidly flag. It flags. Snake, it flags something out there, a dangerous. So when there is a second thought has come, and then it triggers the survival responses in the body. How the survival responses takes place in the body: racing heart, tight breath, hypervigilant attention, then you say, no, there is a lot of fear. What our masters are saying. First, you recognize that your mind has divided itself into two. And the thought of the fear has become very big. And you are so small. So then there is a fear. But if you are very big and the thought of the fear is very small, then you are not scared. Oh, snake is there. Okay, let me handle it. I'm at least, 10 feet distance. So I have a stick. I have also the bucket. I have the dustbin, so I can save myself. So now what happens? That small me becomes very big. And the fear of the snake is small. So your heartbeat, racing heart, tight breath, hypervigilant, all comes down. So we invoke the principle when fear sees the double means what? Understand that part, and then we will bring in conclusion to this topic today. What is that? It means fear means what? Fear, when the fear sees the double means fear is not just about scary events. It is about the basic perception in my mind. If you don't have a perception of fear, can you have a fear? I am only this vulnerable body, and the mind and the life is something separate that can crush me. As long as we experience this inner split, in the mind, I have inner split. Self here, world there. I am here, snake is there. I am here, huh? That strong guy is there. Well, stronger than me. Then I have to be afraid. So fear is a natural guest. When the natural guest? When the self is here, world is there, fear is a natural guest. Why? There are two. One is self, the other is the world. When we begin to recognize our deeper identity as the non-separate self, then thought, that thought of the fear is different than me. But when you see both the thoughts are playing in the same mind, the next moment you are fearless. Next moment you are fearless. We will discuss in detail that fear works at 4 levels. Haunted house with the 4 floors. First floor, first floor is the body. Second is the energy. Third is the mind. Fourth is the intellect. So we will continue to talk about this fear in detail in our next lesson. That is all for today. Thank you. Namaste. Be happy.